microphone, and you don't. So you will listen to every damn word I have to say!
Hello, and welcome back to You, Me, and the Scene, brought to you by Revival Recordings. We are on episode 26, and this will be coming out this coming Monday, which is the 17th, I believe.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know anymore.
All the days meshed together. We believe it's the 17th, and we're just recording the Wednesday before, so shouldn't be too much happen in between the couple days. Let's hope that we don't discuss, but
well, we also have had a pretty big gap in episodes because life happens.
Life happened. Thrill House was out on tour. Things. So we took a little break, but we're back.
And then we're gonna take another little break because then I go back out on tour. But it's okay. We'll upload them when we upload.
I'll hear from us eventually. So we could jump into some things that have happened since we last spoke with you all. What was not first on the thing on your list? Thrill House was
Alisana.
Yeah. Talk about tour. Thrill House was out on tour.
Yeah, we were
the second leg, right? Yeah.
Nope.
First leg.
Well, back up.
Oh my God.
I was out on tour in South America, and that was very cool. Very intense. Lots of planes. Lots of languages that I don't speak. Well, 2 languages that I don't speak. And then this coming week on Thursday, we start the first leg of the 3rd chapter of the trilogy tour. June 20th to June 30th is East Coast, and then August 8th to 18th is like Southern East Coast up into the Midwest, and then October is the West Coast. And tickets and VIP are still available if you're listening to this.
Yes.
So go check that out in Alisana's Instagram bio.
So go grab some, and as always, stop by the merch table and tip Amanda.
Give me pity tips. My arm hurts.
What?
It's just tendinitis.
Okay.
It's just tendinitis. It's not anything. I didn't actively hurt myself this time. But...
Good. Oh God.
I remember we used to keep a running tally of things that happened to Amanda in the office.
No, you used to keep a running tally of things that hit me in the face, specifically.
Yes. I think a beach ball was on there.
Beach ball was on there. Tape dispenser, a trombone.
Some interesting ones in there.
We gotta teach you how to duck.
I'm very blind. I don't have any depth perception, okay?
Oh,
that's too
no. Funny. And some other tours going on, or not, well, tours. Gold Steps is playing some upcoming shows, so you guys should all go check those out. And
friends of the show.
Yep, friends of the show. And I Set to Kill is still going to be out doing dates for the 15 years of Reach anniversary tour. So,
and they're also on the 3rd leg of the 3rd chapter of the trilogy tour.
Too many legs
has gotten so confusing.
Just go on the websites; you'll see all the info. You guys know how to buy concert tickets, so we have
Alisana.store. Go.
We have faith. Should we start with the most recent stuff that happened, that was just announced, or go back to what we missed?
Just a lot of what I've written down is old news, for the record. It's just stuff that we have talked about before that I figured we can touch base on.
We're doing a little catch-up session.
Let's maybe start from the older stuff, and then, right? Yeah.
Well, I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a while since we've recorded an episode, but wasn't the last episode, didn't we talk about the Blue Ridge Festival stuff?
Yes, we did, because we went on the website
On the
to
website,
see
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
if it was still up, and they were still like selling tickets
Selling.
and stuff
Mhm.
like
Yes.
that. Which, so segue. On May 10th of this year, obviously, Blue Ridge Rock Festival officially announced that Blue Ridge 2024 is not happening.
Which we broke that news first, clearly, because we already knew that wasn't going to happen. We can tell we predicted the future.
The
So
statement cites settling the insurance claim and ensuring a resolution for everyone affected by 2023's weather cancellation. Weather cancellation. So they're still going with the weather storyline, even though
yeah.
multiple reports from people who were attending and playing the festival said that that was not why things got shut down. This is a quote, contrary to online reports, the tickets for 2024 and camping for 2024 all started being on sale at the start of the 2023 festival. So it's not like they put it up after the whole
The
thing
disaster
happened. And allegedly, anyone that purchased those, because we saw a bunch of those tiers of tickets
Sold
and
out.
stuff sold out.
Yeah.
Allegedly, they're getting refunds, but allegedly, I wouldn't hold your breath. So
I mean, the
Allegedly.
people, yeah, if they're still going through all insurance stuff, and like, I wouldn't count on that. But that's just me. Well, it's interesting because, what was I gonna say? That I don't know any other festival. I'm trying to think that is selling tickets for the next year
Mhm.
before that year has happened.
Yeah,
I'm
kinda
not
strange.
a festival girly, so I don't really know how they work.
When I was younger,
They-
I'd go to the Carolina Rebellions, like
Oh.
that's what they were called here in North Carolina, and but yeah, they wouldn't be announced, like they wouldn't sell the tickets when you're going to the next one, because also, why are you buying tickets and you don't know like the lineup or anything? But
Yeah.
that's a personal preference. That's a personal preference.
Yeah, there's definitely festivals
I
that
don't
sell
have that
tickets
kind of
without the
disposable
lineup.
income, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
without the lineup announced. A lot of festivals will do that, like do like a first round, then announce like the lineup and then sell. But I've never heard of them selling before that one even happened. I'm just trying to think of like Riot Fest, Coachella, anything like that. Like the time frame, like Coachella happens in April, and then they sell tickets in June, and then they announce the lineup usually like January. So then there's like that second round of tickets you can buy, and then the show's in April. So like there's at least a couple months between all these things compared to.
I just don't think I would buy them before the lineup. I knew what the lineup was.
Yeah, which also, speaking of, the Riot Fest lineup was announced either today or yesterday, very recently, and we were talking about how I personally don't see enough bands on that lineup that would warrant me going to Chicago. I certainly don't understand not knowing the lineup and purchasing tickets.
Right.
But, maybe that's a different tax bracket. Who knows?
Yeah, let's see, because we were just looking at it. So, I mean, obviously, Fall Out Boy, Awesome to See and stuff. There's definitely bands on here, but they're all bands I feel like I've seen a million times.
I think
they're all bands
I personally
that are out touring all the time anyways.
A festival set is obviously going to be shorter than like going to see Fall Out Boy when they're headlining. So I would rather just go to the headlining show. The only thing where I could, like, My Chemical Romance is playing when we were young, which, by the way, so is Alisana, so see you there. I would go see My Chemical Romance there because they don't like ever tour, but Fall Out Boy has been touring a bunch, so I don't feel like it's my last chance to see Fall Out Boy, although knock on wood, who knows.
I mean, I feel like for festivals, like, you have to like obviously the appeal of a festival is all the bands you can see within a certain time frame in one spot. But I feel like also that you have to have like a hook. of a band that maybe, like you said, doesn't play often or something.
Yeah.
And so when festivals don't have necessarily that hook, I feel like that's when we get that feeling where you're like, do I need to travel to go see this festival? Unless you're just
when they'll be coming through my city.
Yeah.
Like, all that said, if I was a huge fan of Fall Out Boy and who was it? Fall Out Boy, Beck, Slayer, St. Vincent, Sublime. If I was a fan of all of those bands, I would totally go. But I
probably wouldn't
really
unless
care.
it was in North Carolina. I'm not a travel one. I don't like travel to different states for different festivals.
Yeah.
That's just me though, guys. That's just me. Sorry.
It's interesting because I feel like there's two ways for like headliners. It's either bands that are like currently in the middle of or coming off like a huge tour, or someone that doesn't play ever.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Or there's like I feel like there's a lot of bands that don't tour. They only play festivals. Which, I mean, if they play enough of them, they're out there a lot anyways.
Yeah.
And those festivals, if you're a headliner, they do pay a pretty penny most of the time. As far as I know. Granted, like, you know, I'm very low on the totem pole there, but you know.
I also feel like a lot of times when festivals, like during the summer, there's like big festivals like Welcome to Rockville and all of those kind of things. I feel like they all have similar bands. Like the same bands play the different ones. Not all of them. Obviously the lineups aren't all the same, but there's definitely some overlap there for that.
Yeah, definitely some bands that are like you just know are going to be on every festival circuit going on.
Right.
Like you just see them every time you're at a festival.
Yeah, especially like the big ones that are like coming out with an album or doing something. They always seem to be on those things.
Trying to think of a segue. Speaking of tour, I'm jumping around in our notes, so sorry to you guys, but
it's all right.
Speaking of tours, Bad Omens, this is kind of old news at this point, but Bad Omens canceled their summer tour dates in Europe and the UK, citing Noah Sebastian's burnout, which I commented on it. Jesse Lee posted it, and I commented on it like, good for him. Good for him for taking care of his mental health. Yeah.
I mean, obviously just like a disappointment to fans, but at the end of the day, like that's like a lot to do, to be especially world touring nonstop like that.
A band that blew up so quickly.
Yeah.
Like, because Bad Omens had been like, I mean, I don't know a lot about them or know them personally or anything, but I had seen their name on things for a long time, and they were like really grinding for a long time, and then they had like a TikTok blow up, and now they're one of the like biggest bands in the world. I can't imagine what that's like for somebody's mental health. But they did announce that they're going to be on Mayhem Fest in October, so they are coming back. It's not like
it's not like they're done.
Right. If they didn't take this break, it probably would have been worse. But
I feel like obviously, like we've said, is, you know, it can be disappointing, especially when it doesn't seem like, you know, I feel like a lot of times bands don't always tour overseas, and so when they do announce a tour, you know, it's a big deal for those fans, and I would hope that most of them understand the need to take a break, and also if they were to have done the tour and he needed the break, you wouldn't have gotten 100% Bad Omens show. You know, it would have just been he'd been phoning it in potentially, and you'd been like, wow, that wasn't the experience I thought it would be. So I agree.
And I did see, because truthfully, I get a lot of music headlines from Jesse Lee, and I was like scrolling on his Instagram to like see what maybe we could talk about. And when he posted that Bad Omens was announced for Mayhem Fest, there was one comment where someone was just like, "Oh, didn't need to take a break for this," and then that I felt a little bit good for humanity at that point, because he got torn apart in the comments.
Of course,
like all the responding comments were like, "What is wrong with you?"
Right.
Or he said something to the effect of like, "Oh, you're not too burnt out to play this festival or drop merch." But first of all, the band doesn't have anything to do with dropping the merch, probably.
Probably not.
but
outside of giving approval for the designs, they
Yeah.
probably don't have anything to
Yeah.
do.
yeah, a band of that size at least.
Yeah.
But the comments quickly put that person in check, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But moving on, Bring Me the Horizon pulled a Beyonce at the end of May.
Good.
And I figured this would
Pulled
be
a
Courtney's
Beyonce.
wheelhouse. So
They did. There was I feel like there was very conflicting feelings among the fans. My conflicting feeling was that half the album had already come out as singles. Literally, we already heard most of it, so
the headlines
let me think.
I saw,
There's one.
they were supposed to release it in September of last year, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Oh wow.
3,
September
4,
of last year.
5,
And they released it.
6.
So how many months is that? September to May?
September,
5
October, November.
May is 5th. 5 months in.
Yeah, so there was
8, 9 months.
6 songs on here that had already come out. I mean, I liked the album, but I was like,
How many tracks are on the album?
16. So I mean,
That's a
yeah,
long
we still
album.
got 10 new. I think one of them was an interlude. So I mean, we still got, new music, but I was like, oh,
Yeah.
you go.
The
through
only
and you're
thing
like, damn.
I haven't listened to the whole thing, but the only thing that irked me as someone who's worked on the back end of things, and Haley, you can probably attest to this too, is the capitalization thing.
Oh,
Because I know.
I don't know why they're doing that.
At
And
least-
it's not even every song. Or no,
The
it is every song. Yeah.
The system that we've used and Revival's used has automatically just done grammatically correct capitalization anytime, no matter what you put in, it just automatically corrects it. And there have been so many times where when I was putting stuff in, a band would be like, no, actually, that's supposed to be all lowercase. I'm like, I know, I put it in that way. And then they just...
I know. And they have like dashes and like what is this? I think this has like there's like periods in between each letter of like a word. Like, I'm like, that is doing too much.
You would think that there would be like obviously all DSPs, they have a guideline.
Digital streaming platform, if you don't know what that means.
Digital, like Spotify and Apple Music. They all have their own specific guidelines to artwork, how things are presented, how things are labeled in their systems. So it's surprising to me that they could have all of these random things. Now, granted, I don't know that they might not be random. I don't know, but they have all these random things that can cause problems, and I feel like I guess I'm surprised that they're able to do it, but I'm also not surprised because they are a bigger person in the music industry, so they probably have the pull.
They probably have the connections to pull that off.
Yeah,
but I know if I was on the other side of like the DSPs, I'd be like, "What is this? What is this?"
I even hate that from like a social media standpoint, like typing out the captions and just like have it. I'm like, stop. Just like, just so annoying. It's so tedious. It's
also so interesting. This can kind of it's so interesting what bands find so appealing to things, like obviously those capitalizations, band names, wanting them all to be all uppercase,
taking out the vowels and replacing them with V's.
The vowels and stuff. So it's like, it's interesting that that those are the like important. Those are important things to a aesthetic, I guess, for the band. And I get it. I mean, if they're wanting to do that, that's fine. But it also can make it difficult for someone to find you.
Courtney, do you think it was any kind of Easter egg that, like, with the way that it was laid out, or because you would know better than either of us, probably?
I don't know. I was just like trying to think, and I was like, they're not like consistent with their album. So like this is after their other like Post-Human album came out in 2020. So that was like Post-Human survival horror, and then it's Post-Human next gen. This album, I was like, there's some word I'm thinking of. And I was like, wait, those ones weren't all weird. And no, they're all normal, all those titles. So I don't know if it's just a play off of like that, like it's the after.
What was
More
their reasoning for pushing the album? Did they ever say?
I don't think so. I think they just kept
left you-
dropping
they just left
singles. They
fans
literally
in the
just
dark.
kept dropping singles and just
Yeah.
being like, it's coming. We have something
We
else. And then it
promise.
would just be like a single. And then like,
Right.
I don't know if it had to do with Jordan Fisher like stuff or, right? Is that,
Yeah, that's
is
the
that
one
his
that
name?
left.
I was
Yeah.
like, sorry, my brain's not working this week, guys. But yeah, I don't know if it had to do with him like leaving and like stuff going on behind the scenes with that maybe. Because obviously the album was set to come out before he was announced that he left.
Right.
So could have been some issues behind the scenes.
Well,
But you know, all for creative liberties over there for the bands, but like make it easy for us, please. Or it's like even like saying the song titles sometimes I'm like, how do you want me to say this? Like one of them is like N/A, so I'm like, do you want me to say not available? Do you want me to say N/A? Like, what do you want me to say? NA? Narcotics Anonymous? Okay. Let me know. So
let us know
Damn
if
band.
you found any Easter eggs in the
I know.
capitalization of the Bring Me the Horizon record. I've been totally not listening to this kind of music lately. I finally saw Chapel Roan in concert last month, and it was a life-changing experience. It was wonderful. Mike
and her governor's ball performance.
Don't even get me started.
Yeah,
I love her so much.
That's
but
great. That crowd was crazy.
Nerve-wracking crowd for sure. But we went and saw her in Asheville, North Carolina, and I'm pretty sure it was sold out, but the crowd was like 80 to 90% femme women, and like everyone was complimenting each other's outfits, and everyone was like so nice to each other, and like
good vibes.
And whenever someone was like, there were a couple times where people were like passing out or like, heat and stuff, and she always stopped and made sure they were okay. It just immaculate vibes. I truly think we have like a Lady Gaga level star on our hands. I certainly won't ever be able to see her for $39.50 again. But my point was, I've been mostly listening to like gay pop music, and not alternative music, but I guess a different kind of alternative music. But all that being said,
I feel like there's phases. Sometimes it's just like, really into hard stuff, or okay, and then you mix it up. Gotta mix it up every once in a while.
I do know I'm gonna, because I haven't listened to them yet, and on this upcoming tour I'm gonna give that Charlie XCX record a full run through, and that Billie Eilish record a full run through, because my boyfriend and our housemate both have been listening to those things, and I'm like, if they like it, I'll probably like it. But we'll see.
I've
all
been
that to
hearing
say.
things about the Charlie XCX album, and I still haven't listened fully to the Billie, but Birds of a Feather is obviously all over social media, so it's just like stuck in my head. That and Sabrina Carpenter is like what's stuck in my head right now.
So my idea for this episode, since it's our
wait, we got to talk about the new band we're announcing to Rebecca.
I forgot.
Well, guys, way to bury the lead.
To be fair, I didn't I had the dates mixed up and didn't realize that we were going to be able to talk about this until we hopped on. We are announcing a new. We are announcing. God damn it! We are announcing a new band on Monday, the day that this episode is coming out,
Yes.
called Cold Weather Kids, LA-based pop punk band that I thoroughly enjoy.
Mm-hmm. They're so good. And they're so nice. So if you ever go see them on tour, they're so nice.
Very nice, very passionate about what they do.
Yep.
And they seem to be very hardworking. So I'm excited to work with them in some capacity.
Yes, so once you guys are listening to this, we would have already announced them the morning before you guys are listening to this. And keep an eye out for their music, because all
Yeah, they have a new single.
Little...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, new single, Pop Punk Fuck Up. It comes out on Friday, the 21st.
Has been stuck in my head since I've been working on those ad cuts.
Yeah, so. I know.
It's a very catchy song and
good.
A very funny music video.
Yes. Yeah, they're so funny. I'm sure we'll have them on the show soon for you guys to meet them more.
We'll introduce you to them. You can get to see how nice they are. And once you guys listen to their music and like check out who they are, if you have any questions for them for when we have them in an episode, drop them in the comments.
Yeah.
There you go.
That would be good.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Amanda. Didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Totally fine. That was a totally valid reason to interrupt me. So my idea for this episode, since we haven't been recording for a while, nice fun game to ease our way into it. If you know me in real life or have had a conversation with me, I am constantly saying band name. That would be a good band name. And I have a running list in my phone of potential fake band names. And my thought was, I'm going to say these band names, and then you guys are going to tell me, one, what kind of music it would be, and two, if you would sign them.
Okay, that's it. That's all we get is the band name.
I just have the band name. I have to sign them off the band name. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, but you have to think of a backstory for this, and you could cut me off at any time because I have a pretty long list.
All right.
Oh no.
So game time.
Do we have a name for this?
Sign that band.
Yeah, sure.
It's like the Newlywed Game, but not.
My first hypothetical band name. There we go. Hypothetical band names. My first hypothetical band name is Ghost Chiropractor.
Definitely
I feel like
heavy.
they'd be like, no, I did not get the heavy vibe. Okay. I thought more like they'd be like that, like indie alternative type of vibe for me. No, I would not sign them based off the band name.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I could picture some merch being like a broken spine with like a little ghost breaking a spine or something.
So I think if I remember, I will tell the story of how these band names came up, or the conversation.
How you came up with these?
This one came up because my boyfriend was telling me that this quote unquote science of chiropractors was formed because some dude thought that people had ghosts in their bones. And that was how to cure what ails you. Anyway, not signing Ghost Chiropractor.
No. Immediate no. Next one is bread salad.
I feel like there's actually a name for that. Like, isn't like a panzanella salad?
Yep, it is panzanella. Yes, it is.
I'd be like, why are you not called panzanella salad then?
I feel like that would be like a very like geeky like band, like a
like mathcore.
Like yeah, like yeah.
Yeah. So, are we signing bread salad?
No.
Only if they change their name to Panzanella.
So that one came up because my boyfriend's pretty into panzanella. So.
No, I don't think I would sign that. Sounds like it would come from like a very nerdy, like electro folk, like I don't know, like some weird like
Yeah.
stuff going on.
Combination of things that are
Yeah.
Okay,
like bread
okay.
salad. Bread salad's a weird combination of things
Yeah.
as well. So
Well, all right.
maybe
fair.
maybe that aligns well, you know?
I don't remember where this one came from.
okay.
After School Satan.
After school Satan. Huh. I would ask. This would be one of the ones I'd be like, so where'd you come up with this name? Like I don't.
I think fair warning, some of these are Simpsons references. I don't think that one's a Simpsons reference because I would have remembered it. But
Yeah. After they're definitely. I mean, I feel like if you have Satan in the name, you have to be a little bit on the harder side, right?
Yeah.
probably.
You would think. After school Satan. Unless it's like a, you know, like a middle school. It sounds like a middle school or high school like band. It's just like starting out in the garage.
We meet
You know
after
what I mean?
school. We meet after school.
And we worship Satan. There you go.
So is that a pass on After School Satan then, since they're underage?
I think they need to mature a little bit. Yeah. maybe like after work Satan. Like maybe we'll talk. Like, you know,
Corporate Satan.
Yeah.
Corporate
Corporate Satan might be a good band name. Corporate Satan. I think I'd sign Corporate Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah. That aligns.
Oh
That
my.
aligns.
I, again, don't remember where this one came from.
Okay.
Minivan Taliban.
I would feel like I would this I don't know.
Keep
what-
away
I
from
don't-
the word Taliban, probably.
Probably, yeah.
I would be like, this isn't culturally
Probably not good for
Yeah.
like SEO or anything.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I don't
Get
remember.
pulled into a lot of
We
that is-
we have a problem even like writing "I set to kill" on some things,
right.
and get like flagged. So I feel like if we're writing
thing
Taliban on things,
If it's on this
oh,
list,
go work.
I heard somebody else say it at one point.
Say it.
So I don't know. I don't know who said
We
that.
did Taliban. Yeah.
So that's a
Yeah,
pass on
no.
me. These have all been.
I think-
These have all been no's.
I think we would just have to, for the sake of like, you know,
Change
from
the
a-
Taliban part.
from a company standpoint.
You're
That's
right.
fair. That's fair. Hey, don't blame me. I didn't say it. This
No
one is
judgment.
definitely a Simpsons reference because I've had it on the docket for a while. Sex Cauldron.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. So,
What kind of music is it?
You remember? Okay.
Do
Do you remember when the it's this is gonna be a deep cut, the Scooby Doo movie, and the Hex Girls?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the kind of.
I was
music
just gonna say
think
it's. I literally was just in my head gonna say it's female fronted, 100%. And like have like witchy vibes. They got to like
right,
yeah.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly that's the feel.
I would sign
If you're listening to this and you know what episode that is from, let me know because I want to be friends with you. So that's a yes. We got a yes. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
We got a
We're on the
yes.
board.
Yes.
We're halfway through this list. Introducing the non-binary attorney.
It's too long. It's too long.
Yeah.
I would feel like that would be like a TV show, not a band name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was like a tagline of a TV show. Like you see the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not a
And
band
you
name.
Yeah.
Not a band name,
Not a
but a
band
TV
name.
show,
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
sitcom.
Yeah.
I don't remember where that one came up either. Again, welcome to the stage, Truffles and Pain.
Truffles and pain.
Truffles and pain.
Not
feel
my
like-
best work, but it came up at some point. So
I feel like you
Truffles
could
and pain.
do some interesting merch, like some truffle hot sauce.
whoa, wait. What kind of music is it? First of all,
Truffles and pain. I feel
You
like
know, I think they're more like you know, what's the name of that band?
are you gonna say Iron and Wine?
No, it's a band. truthfully, I didn't really love. Live. I watched the first time I ever heard them and saw them was live, but I can't remember. Oh, Foxy Shazam. It'd be a band like that.
I mean, granted, I've never seen them live, but I like Foxy Shazam.
They were playing. Let's see, they opened for Chevelle, and that was who I went to see. And so they were just very contrasted with what Chevelle.
Yeah, that doesn't really makes about as much sense as Slayer and Fall Out Boy, truthfully.
Right. So I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know that I like this, but that's the kind of vibe that Truffles and Pain makes me think of.
Okay. So, Truffles and Pain makes you think of that Macklemore song, Downtown,
Kinda.
with the guy from Foxy Shazam.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, that song.
I do love that song. This one's a pretty straightforward hockey reference. I feel like Bar Down Breakdown would get on board with this. Penalty Kill. Might be a band name already.
Yeah. That would be a pop punk band, 100%.
100%.
Yeah. Penalty. Yeah. Yeah.
They would fit our aesthetic as Revival as a pop punk.
So yes, so that's a yes.
Yeah.
We got 2 yeses and 1 TV show, and then the rest are no's. Okay, cool.
Well, we didn't necessarily say no to Truffles and Pain. We just said that they sounded like Foxy Shazam.
I've never
in my mind,
heard Foxy Shazam, so.
They're very eccentric.
Okay.
That's.
Would you describe them in the same vein as like Family Force 5, maybe?
No.
Oh, well.
I'd say they're more on the rock side than Family Force 5 is. Like Family Force 5 is more like pop B kind of thing. I feel like Foxy Jam is a little bit more leading rock. I would be interested to see what music they have and what music video they have, because that would be like their music video may completely take it over the top.
Yeah. It's just that guy with the bowl cut and his mustache and a wrestling singlet,
right? And you're like, okay.
This one might be my favorite on the list, courtesy of my new housemate, Bird Misandry.
Bird
misandry.
I would like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, like what's misandry?
Misandry is like misogyny, but for men.
Oh.
So bird misogyny.
Is it men? Oh, it's like like men being misogynistic against other men?
Well, I mean, I guess a man could be a misandrist, but being a misandrist is like the same definition, but towards men. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So would this be female fronted?
Bird.
Well, would it be bird fronted?
Would they wear feathers?
Would they dress like birds?
It came up because we have a pair of cardinals that live in our yard, and my partner was explaining that anytime you see a colorful patterned bird, it's usually a male. And somehow that conversation led to
they have to show off. Like the peacocks usually are just like need to show off.
But that eventually led to my housemate roommate saying something like bird misandry.
You know what?
Sure,
I think I would.
Well, what kind of
context? You can do like a lot of like.
But what kind of music? Is it? I like the idea of a bird fronted band.
Just Big Bird up there on stage.
They just have like a parrot.
Like, a parrot on one of those, like, you know, the little stick with the
they just have a parrot. All of them have like a bird that just sits and.
This is slowly turning into a pirate themed band.
Okay, so they're what is it? Yacht rock.
What is yacht rock?
Oh yeah, if they have the pirates.
If they have if it's turning piratey.
This is a tangent that I might cut out, but when I was on my first tour with the things they carried, we played a show and the local band was a pirate themed band.
Were they a cover band?
Do you remember?
I don't remember the band's name at all, but the guy on stage in the pirate shirt is like burned into my memory for some reason.
Wow.
So pirate bands definitely exist.
It's a thing.
Is Bird Misandry a pirate band?
No.
Mm.
I don't think it's a pirate band.
See, I feel like
No.
it would be like a heavy band.
Yeah, I guess I could see it, like hardcore. Like, I don't necessarily think metal.
The
No,
alternative,
not metal.
because in my list it says Bird Misandry or Avian Misandry.
I like Bird better.
I like Bird better.
Yeah, I like Bird better too. I think Avian is too much. Like you went and picked
Avian
two,
flu. That's what I think of. Like
you went and picked two random
words
words out of the dictionary and put them together.
Literally just like opened the book, pointed, it was like that one.
I mean, that's pretty much the same formula as having a conversation and being like, huh, band name.
Band name.
Are we passing on Bird Misandry?
No,
we said we signed
I think I'd sign them.
Nice.
I think you could
Yeah.
do some cool artwork with that too. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Now that I got like the thought of like how male birds just try and like be. Here I am. Could really do some stuff with that.
All right, I got 4 more on this list. Well,
Okay.
4 more and then plus 1 that was at the top of the list, but then before I said it, I felt less confident about, but I might check it out at the end. Welcome to the stage, art school mortician.
Art school mortician. Huh.
I don't remember how this one came up.
I like beauty school mortician better.
Beauty school
beauty
mortician.
school.
I also like that better, but Beauty School Dropout is already a band, so
Yeah.
I don't
Beauty
know.
school dropout. That's a song.
Some grease.
Yep.
Art school.
Art. I would probably pass on
Yeah.
Well, what kind of
They would
them.
be.
I know you're asking on the
They
music.
would be.
I feel
I know, I'm
like
trying to think.
I put a lot of these down, like thinking they would be like heavy bands, but I think that might just be because I was listening to a lot of Kubla Khan.
Right.
So,
No, I don't think this one would be heavy. I think they would try to be heavy. I think they would try to be edgy and heavy and have that like vibe. And I feel like they wouldn't look the part, but would try to have the heavy music. Does that make
So
sense?
you're saying it'd be
Yeah.
more like industry plant vibes.
Yeah. I think it might be an industry
wouldn't
plant.
an industry plant kind
Found
of
the
be,
industry plant.
They have the look, but not the sound.
Right.
That's true. Unless
Either way, it sounds like we're not
Yeah.
feeling art school mortician.
No. There's something about them. Just get a vibe.
Can't win them all. Next up, definite Simpsons reference, Rebigulator.
Definitely still like punk, poppy punk. I feel like I'd still get like the pop punk vibes.
Mm.
And I feel like it's kind of like how Out of Time is like a reference, like to Back to the Future. So it's kind of like it would
That's a
be
good
like
point.
that,
Yeah.
where they have like that reference and could kind of
Yeah. I think you've sold me on them, Courtney.
Yeah.
All right,
you-
cool.
Yeah.
I think you've sold me on them.
This one definitely came out of my boyfriend's mouth at one point. Goblin Twin.
Goblin Twin.
Goblin Twin would literally, I picture like a Marilyn Manson, like like, you know what I mean? Like that's what I picture
Yeah.
when you say Goblin Twin. I'm like, that's what it would be, like just
Yeah.
a creepy
can see that.
vibe, a creepy vibe for that one.
The creepy vibe.
It would be like
Um,
it'd be like those twins when you are pregnant and the other one like eats the other one. That's what I think of. That's what
I'm gonna put that in the trailer with no context.
That's what I'm like. Get some-
I think
So
I think this band is all about whether they pull off the aesthetic of the creepy vibe or not.
yeah,
Like they have to live it, breathe it. Like
Yeah.
all their music videos.
they gotta
it
be
just
like
needs to
yeah.
They can't just be like it looks.
You gotta
but not
dive
like
right
how it
in.
sounds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So if they were like that, then yes, I would probably sign them.
Yeah.
Cool. So that a soft maybe there.
Goblin twin.
This.
Just like, I've been watching a lot of Grey's Anatomy lately. Okay, there was an episode like the other day where that happened, so it made me think.
It kind of just made me think of Necrogoblicon. The guy, which I don't think he even plays anything in the band. I think he just dresses up like a goblin.
Goblin? Oh god.
I don't know. I don't really listen to them.
Goblins I would run away from if I saw them on the street. Would run.
I'd also run away from Marilyn Manson if I saw him in the street.
It's a good point.
I did.
Moving on.
The last time I was at Riot Fest, there was a girl walking around with a Marilyn Manson shirt on. Not even that he... no, he was not there. I was thinking Slipknot was there. And I was just like, it's an odd choice. That's a choice.
We don't need to get into it, but he still has a lot of very diehard fans, which I'm like, don't understand.
I didn't understand it before, and now I really don't understand it. So.
Yeah, right. But, one more Simpsons reference on the list. Hammock District.
Hammock District.
I feel like this would be like a nautical vibe
or like
band.
or like a Jack Johnson.
Yeah, like a Jack Johnson. Yes, that. Yeah,
vibe.
like a.
Do I know who Jack Johnson is?
Like a little, banana pancakes. Like a little, just a Sunday morning, like smooth
vibe.
little vibe. Like.
Oh, okay.
I would probably not sign them because I'd be like, I feel like people would look this up looking for shopping.
Fair.
It's over in the Hammock District. You're like, okay.
That's essentially the context of the Simpsons line. So.
Oh, nice. There you go. I did that without even having seen that episode. So.
Do you want to know my rejected one that doesn't really sound like a band name, but I kept it on the list?
We might as well.
Yeah.
My friend from my old job said it, and I was like, maybe that would be a good band name, or like a drag act or something. Reluctantly Slaying.
I think I would. Yeah. I think Reluctantly Slaying sounds like it would kind of be like the Pretty Reckless, like. Like, you know what I mean?
Would it have to be
a very, very heavy band?
Would it have to be fronted by someone who was a child star that starred in a Jim Carrey movie?
No. But I mean, plus if it is, whatever.
Hey, she was also on Gossip Girl, okay?
That's true. That is true.
Or it would be a very, very heavy band, I feel like.
But it would have to be kind of gay. Like in a very...
Yes.
But I personally think all things should be kind of gay, so...
It's a band name. We're all kind of gay.
Happy Pride Month, Lord. Everybody!
When we were when we were talking about doing this, because do you just write like random things in your notes app that don't even make sense?
Oh yeah, that's how this started.
Yeah. So I literally was just like, oh, what's like on here? I literally have notes that are just, it says Abigail and the green one. What does that mean?
Abigail. Listen, Abigail.
The green
that sounds
one.
like, what would Abigail and the green one? That sounds like they're indie for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely
There's
have
a
to have a
ukulele.
female. Yeah, they have to have a female fronted because she's got to be Abigail, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. And the green one, I'd be like, what's the green one? What is the one?
What's green?
And why is it green?
Someone in a goblin costume, obviously.
The goblin twin.
It's the twin of the goblin. Anyways, yeah.
Thus concludes the fake band names I keep in my notes app. If you use any of these band names, hire me, please.
Yes. We're gonna trademark all of them right now.
And give it a couple months, I'm sure I will have another list. So maybe we'll do like a quarterly thing.
Also, if you do take one of these names, don't IM us asking to be signed. If we said yes.
Just because we said, yeah, I know someone's gonna make a band just because we said
Right.
yes.
Right.
But
Another random note: Ernie Hemingway. Like, would that could be a band name? Ernie Hemingway.
do you think he
Little,
ever
little
went by
poetic.
Ernie?
Little poet. I don't know.
Who knows?
Truthfully, I didn't know
No,
who Ernest
I don't think
Hemingway
he did.
was until I was like 12 and was obsessed with Fall Out Boy and was like, Pete Wentz named his dog Hemingway.
Oh,
So I need to figure out what that means.
Yeah.
That is
But-
a good dog name. You know,
Yeah.
it's a very unique dog name
Well,
compared to like
Hemingway.
Bingo or Bandit or whatever other
I-
random dog names.
I think that was a dog at work. I think that's why
Bandit?
that's in
Ernie?
there. No,
Ernie.
I think
Hemingway?
it was Ernest Hemingway, and she said she calls him Ernie.
I wonder.
I think that's why that's in there. Actually, I think so. I'm like trying to remember. I think that's why. I think it was a dog at work.
Nice.
So, yeah. Band names that can also be dog names. Shoot, let's go.
Goblin
Next
Twin.
episode. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
My
Anyway.
next dog is going to be named Goblin Twin.
What I was going to say was, do y'all have songs of the week?
Oh god. Give me a
Oh my
second.
god. Oh my god. I honestly forgot. Hold on.
Well, I could go first because mine is very
Okay.
timely given that I'm going on tour next week. Shania Twain
Okay.
and Young Gravy put out a song called White Claw about White
Okay.
Claw.
Did they?
Interesting.
They did last week. That is my song of the week because I drink a lot of White Claw.
Is
And,
it good or is it just like
I mean, it's a Young
when you're
Gravy
drinking-
song.
yeah?
It's about
It's a Young Gravy. What a name. Let's talk about that name. Young Gravy.
like it's good in like a memey way, and Shania Twain's on it, and like
Yeah.
it gets stuck in your head. And I drink a lot of White Claw at home, and then Alisana drinks a lot of White Claw on tour. It's just very fittingly
interesting.
my song of the
It's
week.
an interesting choice
Yeah.
for Alisana. Like you wouldn't think
Which-
Alisana White Claw.
So this might be. I don't think this is like telling too much information, but for most of my career with Alisana, on their rider, they would always ask for like a case of beer, a case of water, so on and so forth. And then at some
Yeah.
point, I think it was our first tour back from COVID, somebody in the crew was like, why don't we try White Claw? Like, why don't we just put White Claw on the rider and like give it a shot? And they never went back.
Oh, God.
Oh wow.
So
Well,
Oh,
is there a specific flavor, or
yeah.
does it matter?
well, no, I don't want to say that I do know because I don't know. Personally, my favorite flavors are raspberry and green apple. So,
I'm a grapefruit girl.
see, I would be a grapefruit
Grapefruit's
girl,
hard.
but I take
It's a hard
Lipitor and SSRIs, so I
you
can't have
take
grapefruit.
citrus. Yeah.
I also have high cholesterol, so you know.
So that's a
But
hard flavor.
if you see me on tour
Grapefruit.
and there's White Claw at the venue, bring me a White Claw.
There you go. Tips or White
Um,
Claws.
Tips or White Claws.
Tips
Either
for
way.
White Claws.
Tips for White
Hmm.
Claws. There you go.
That should be there. You should put it on there.
That's
now.
what. Yeah, that
Tips
could be
for
on your
White
tip
Claws.
jar.
Oh, I have my tip jar right here. It says tips for Luann.
Yes.
Oh, the cat. Oh, anyway.
Luann.
And
We haven't seen her. She hasn't made an appearance in this episode.
oh, she's on now. So now that I live in a house, she can like be in other rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
But she has like an almost 360 view of the house from these windows, so
Nice.
she's on patrol right now.
Oh,
Neighborhood
okay.
watch.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She has a
Gotta watch
duty.
Those
So-
birds.
Gotta
Those
watch those birds.
Those bird misandrists.
Oh,
She's
gosh.
on patrol.
Anyway,
Oh god.
All
Okay,
right.
I'll go next. I'm gonna do Sacrifice by Nevertell. We've talked about them before. They just released it not too long ago. And I also think since the last time we talked about them, they have signed, at least on their Spotify, it says to Epitaph.
Oh,
so
wow.
congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good job to you
Oh,
guys.
also, speaking of signed and stuff, this is total afterthought. I just thought of it now. People are speculating that Paramore started their own label because they're
Interesting.
We did like kind of touch, or like we were curious about what was going on.
Yeah, I kind of figured
we knew
that's
their thing was up.
the direction that they would go, is like starting at least their own imprint. It might be confirmed by now because they wore those coordinated outfits at the Eras tour with like a logo on the back. It might not. I don't know. I haven't looked too far into it, which is why I didn't put it on the docket. But just speaking up, maybe we'll update that the next
time.
episode.
Yeah.
But
Next time.
Interesting.
Courtney, what's your song of the week?
I'm gonna do "Please, Please, Please" by Sabrina Carpenter.
Every time I hear
head.
that song, I just picture Luann. Please.
You need to do a TikTok with that. Please, please, please do a TikTok with that. Luann. Go viral.
That song has also been stuck in my head, and I think some of the lyrics are wild. I'll say it's your culture.
She's just doing her thing.
Good for her.
Doing her thing.
Dude.
Also iconic to just have your boyfriend in the music video and being like, "Don't embarrass me, motherfucker."
So
like
on TikTok, people were like, Sabrina hard launched her boyfriend. I'm like, was the past 6 months of them like being photographed together not hard launching? Like, is that not what hard launch means?
I think it's just because, like they've been out together, they've been at events together and stuff. So it's like,
right.
Maybe it's just because they haven't, and I think they've talked about each other in interviews, or they've at least implied like things in interviews. So I didn't understand that, but I think it's just maybe they haven't posted each other. So middle school, okay.
And now. What's his name? Barry Keoghan?
Yeah.
She's the only one that he's following on Instagram.
That's when you know.
So
that's when you know.
No.
Anyway.
It's love. It must be love.
All right, good episode back, y'all.
Yay!
Come say hi on tour. Keep an eye out.
Go listen
for
to Cold Weather Kids.
Cold Weather Kids. Your new favorite pop punk band.
Yes.
Go see Gold Steps. Go see I Set to Kill. Come say hi to me on tour. Get VIP. Happy Pride Month.
And leave your band names in the comments.
Yes.
We want to hear
and don't use mine. I mean, if you do,
pay
me. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of It's You, Me, and the Scene, brought to you by Revival Reportings. New episodes released every other Monday, and be sure to keep up with us on all socials at It's YMatsPod. That's ITSYMATSPOD.